The story of the Menendez brothers, Lyle and Erik, is one of the most infamous and polarizing cases in American criminal history. Convicted in 1996 for the brutal, shotgun murders of their wealthy parents, Jose and Mary Kitty Menendez, the brothers were sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. But nearly 3 decades later, the tide may finally be turning. In a stunning legal development, a California judge has ruled that new evidence largely centering on long-suppressed claims of prolonged sexual and psychological abuse warrants a re-examination of their case. This unexpected breakthrough marks a significant moment in the long, winding saga that has haunted America's legal consciousness for years. The brothers had always maintained that the killings were not about greed, but survival. During their original trials, their defense attorneys argued that the murders were the culmination of years of horrific abuse at the hands of their father, a powerful Hollywood executive. Their mother, they claimed, was both an enabler and a victim herself, trapped in a cycle of fear, substance abuse, and silence. But in the 1990s, the court of public opinion and a skeptical legal system largely dismissed those claims as manipulative attempts to justify a cold-blooded crime. They were portrayed as spoiled, entitled sociopaths who killed for inheritance money. The narrative stuck and the life sentences followed. But the legal landscape has shifted. In recent years, the justice system has grown more attuned to the long-term psychological effects of childhood trauma and sexual abuse. What was once brushed off as excuses is now being revisited through the lens of mental health, trauma-informed defense strategies, and changing societal attitudes. A key factor in this renewed interest has been the emergence of new witnesses and sealed interviews, including testimony from cousins, former house staff, and even therapists corroborating the brothers' original claims of abuse. One particularly damning piece of evidence includes a recently uncovered video diary made by a family member in the 1980s, describing the disturbing behavior of Jose Menendez behind closed doors. This new evidence, combined with a wave of public sympathy fueled by documentaries and viral TikTok campaigns, has created a groundswell of support for the Menendez brothers. For the first time, they are being seen not just as murderers, but as deeply damaged individuals who were failed by those meant to protect them, including the justice system. The legal team representing the brothers has successfully argued that this critical context was either ignored or deliberately excluded during the original trials, denying them a fair opportunity to present their full defense. The judge's recent decision to allow a post-conviction hearing means that the case is no longer closed. It is wide open and potentially headed for retrial or even sentence reduction. This doesn't mean that the brothers will walk free tomorrow, but it does mean that the legal system is finally taking a hard look at the possibility that justice was not fully served. If the courts rule that their original convictions were tainted by judicial error or suppressed evidence, it could trigger one of the most dramatic legal reversals in American criminal history. Whether you view them as victims, villains, or something in between, the Menendez brothers' case now stands as a powerful symbol of how narratives can evolve, how trauma can shape destiny, and how justice is not always swift, but sometimes it finds its way